How do you know a delivered love letter was well received or is promising? Firstly, you don't see the principal breathing fire like a vexed dragon into your class while your biology teacher is teaching reproduction. Your friend, the postmaster, would usually bring you either of these two replies. Yes, she accepted it from me when I told her it was from you, or no, she hissed and threatened to take the letter to the principal's office. A positive answer could almost make a boy's heart cease to beat, because his attention is so focused on a no that a yes has no follow-up plan. Eventually, his heart would commence beating faster than the pistons of a Ferrari. Do village girls reply with love letters to the boys? No. Village girls invented body and sign languages. If she accepted the overture, she would coyly smile at the boy during assembly or chew on the edge of her checkered uniform. She would be the first to call horses at any bully who beat the living daylights out of such a boy under the frangipani tree, or she would help him pick up his school bag from where it had flung in the scuffle, although no boy prayed for either of these fates. She would ask him for ink for her fountain pen, though she had a drum of quink. She would clap the loudest even when the boy's soccer skills sucked. She would make eye contact while she played the clapping game with her friends. Suddenly, all her girlfriends would become the boy's friend, calling him by his nickname, Velasco, Velasco, Velasco. During midterm exam, she would send a postcard that has two Caucasians with the bluest eyes on the back and I wish you success on the front. Then the boy would come home from an end-of-year disco smelling like he just emerged from the Sensorobia factory because she had danced No Woman No Cry with him with both eyes closed. Unfortunately, we no longer write love letters. This vital learning class that helped raise future poets has given way to text messages, which is the biggest threat to the English language as we know it. The village boy's glowing moonlight has given way to glow, and his shining stars has become starcoms. A contemporary village girl would rather accept a text message with a recharge card than a well-written love letter that can't boast of 1 minute call credit. Thank you.
And then Tony Khan read from his work.
So this guy had lost his brother, who's like a Lagos big boy, and this journalist calls him and says, you know, I know where your brother is, I can help. Some reports said Sonny's car had been found in a ditch in Victoria Island. Others said Lekki. Most of them got the make of the car wrong, and many of the papers spelled his name as Abato Roberto. Many got Ada's name wrong, while others said he had two wives, Dr. Nicole and Ada. By evening, as he read the magazines, Abel was beginning to find the stories quite hilarious. There was something about them that seemed calculated to make you laugh, as if they were writing to elicit amusement. He was drinking by the pool when a text message came in. I have news about your brother's whereabouts. Reply if you want to see him alive. Who is this? Abel replied, stopping himself from calling the number immediately only by sheer willpower. Mayowa, Akindele came the reply. And who are you? I am the publisher of Excel Celebrity Magazine online. And how come you know his whereabouts? Abel typed. I have my sources, he wrote back. And who are these sources? As a journalist of over 15 years standing, I cannot divulge the ID of my sources. But sorry, Oga, I have run out of credit. Please send me credit. So that's where this ends. And then, I mean, the guy misses very bad faith. But that's what happens all the time. I mean, somebody has come before and said, my editor said I should interview you. They said, oh, please, my credit is run out. I mean, can you call me? You know, I mean, that happens all the time. You know, it's just crazy. When we are except from the book, this happens in Mushin. He's looking for his brother all over Lagos, so he's gone to Mushin to see somebody who used to be a business partner, and this, you know, very violent scene takes place. They're having a drink when a crowd starts gathering. But that's to make you come back next week, a voice tells him. Every time, come back next week, come back next week. 1 year don't pass. My money I want. Abel is not paying attention. He's looking across at Santos and also trying to pay attention to whatever it is Raimi is saying. But Raimi is mixing his words with Yoruba and Abel is lost. He takes a swig of his drink and looks up again to see what Santos, who now has the boot open, is doing. The argument is raging now. Voices are raised, threats are whistling above their heads. They are speaking rapid fire pidgin and Yoruba. Abel is suddenly distracted by Santos, who runs back to whisper that he can't open the Ecolag briefcase. He doesn't want to bring it out because of the money inside. Excuse me, Abel says to Raimi and walks back to the car, leaving Santos at the table. He pops open the boot and is typing in the combination lock when he hears the slap and sharp cry. You think you have strong head? A new man has appeared and he's speaking as he slaps the boy, who had been demanding for his money. He must be the master, the Oga, whom the boy has come to see. Abel watches as he kicks out at the boy, who staggers back into a fence. Cornered, the boy reaches for a long metal pole and waves it like a spear. The crowd jumps back each time he swings it. His former master's face is glistening with sweat. His pot belly is heaving and shining from perspiration. His boys gather behind him, booing the boy, but jumping back out of harm's way. Oh, you don't grow, Abi? The master asks, and lunges at the boy. Abel watches the boy duck and swing the pole in a fine arc. And then there is silence. The master stands there with a surprised look on his face. His mouth is half open, his hand on his stomach. Then Abel sees the red seeping through his fingers. The pole has sliced through his belly, and as he staggers back, his intestines escape his fingers and spill out of his gut. Santos! Santos! Abel calls as he slams the boot shut and gets into the car. His scream seems to have activated the whole scene and started running free from some cosmic grip. The boy tries to run, but is tackled to the ground. Abel hears him scream as someone stabs him with the pole. The boy screams, staggers up and begins to run, the pole impaled in his side, blood trailing behind him. The street is alive now. Men and boys are exiting houses armed with dangerous things. Santos dodges a blow as he crosses the street to the car. Abel's hands are shaking badly, but he finally manages to get the key in the ignition and turns on the engine. He engages gear and drives off, screaming at Santos to jump in. A rod is smashed into their windscreen and it explodes, showering him with shards of glass that fall like hailstones.